Hello and welcome to One Man and His Dog Extra. This is a real chance for you to see even more of the brilliant competition that we've been having so far.
Now, if you've been watching on BBC Two, you'll have seen the handlers from England, Ireland, Scotland and Wales take on our course here at the beautiful Gower Peninsula.
It's absolutely glorious to be here, and so far you've only had a brief glimpse of our young handlers, and we're going to be showing you more of that exciting competition very shortly as we concentrate on all four of the young handlers in full.
But for those of you that have just joined us, let me introduce you to a very important and very knowledgeable man here on One Man and His Dog. He is our expert, Gus Dermody. Hiya, Gus.
Hi.
Now, you were involved in choosing where we did One Man and His Dog this year. Obviously, it had to be in Wales because the Welsh team won last year. Right. What makes this the perfect course for us?
Well, it's a beautiful parkland scene. It's going slowly down towards the ruins of the castle and then the sea behind. It's very enclosed, and so everything's in view. It should be perfect.
It's got a nice tea room in.
Oh, yeah.
And as we've been saying, I mean, it's got its challenges as well. Obviously, you know, it undulates quite a little bit as well, and we've got that little incline all the way up to the top.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yes, there are even the trees here, which can block out the view a little bit. So it's only, but it is interesting. It's fine at the moment.
Gus, do you ever think that sheepdog trialing could become an Olympic sport?
It'd be great, if it was. It's going up in popularity, you never know.
Well, there is a world trial.
Yes.
So, you know, why not?
Perfect commentators we have them here.
There you are.
Someone else very important to the programme that I want to introduce you to is our head of sheep, Malcolm. It's Malcolm's job to organise 86 out of 100.
That's me.
Well, I think the other young competitors are going to be looking at that round and getting very nervous because that really was a remarkable round. The sheep were calm, your dog did really well.
Yeah.
No wonder you were the international winner last year. Do you think you might win the competition with that score?
I don't know. There's left his space there.
Is there anything that you think you could have done better?
To finish shedding on the pen. I think let me know myself, but the sheep are very tricky.
I think the shedding was the only place where we were watching thinking, is he going to lose a few points for this? But in fact, for the shedding, you got 9 out of 10.
Yeah,
so you only dropped 1 point.
Yeah.
I would be really pleased with that round if I was you. Congratulations.
Thanks.
As I say, you've set the bar really high for the other competitors. That was pretty impressive though, wasn't it, Guy?
Indeed, and really it was a story. It was kind of like a round of, well, it was certainly 2 halves, but I mean the second half, the speed and the way that the sheep sort of seemed to get a little bit heads up really in the shedding ring. But anyway, what we'll do, we'll start at the very beginning because it really didn't get off to a brilliant start, did it? As soon as, you know, with the outrun.
No, I was quite worried. With the outrun, I thought, oh dear, things are going to come unstuck. But by the end of the outrun, the dog had settled down.
Indeed, he needed that second whistle just right about now, really, just to kind of, well, cause him to go wider off and round the outside.
Yeah, and from there on, things changed. They went dramatically better. They really did go good.
So the lift was beautiful, and then, of course, the fetch, and just come and look at the target there and the pace of the sheep.
Oh, it really flowed. It flowed well. Nicely through the centre there.
Indeed, as the course progressed, then onto the shedding ring, and this is where the tempo changed.
Yes, 2 sheep got out of the shedding ring. Sometimes they'll knock off half a point per sheep. And then eventually did get the shed, and then we came to the pen. And this is the greatest points loss, really.
Yeah.
Round the back.
This was impressive, though, it has to be said, Gus. Look at that.
Skipping. Oh,
yeah.
So yeah, that was the greatest points loss, but what a tremendous trial and what a great start to this particular competition.
Indeed. It would have been nice to get a few extra points for that extra jump, but fine, it wasn't that.
Well, it's a great start for our young handlers, and as I say, the bar has been set very high by Ireland. How is our next team going to do? Well, it's Wales, and representing Wales is a young handler who's going to compete with a dog he's had for 1 week. That's what you call a brave young man. It could go really well, it could of course go horribly wrong because they are very inexperienced as a team. Well, let's see how he's going to do. Representing Wales is Ben Owen with his dog, Jess.
So Ben and Jess approach the post. Ben and Jess, a very new partnership. In fact, they've only been working together for a week.
Yes, no time at all. She's gone under the trees, but she's opened out, so things are looking all right. The sheep are nicely at the post at the bottom of the field, and she's going around in a large, wide curve to end up behind these trees. Just a little bit sharp then, a little bit sharp coming onto the sheep.
Run!
Sharp but responsive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope so anyway.
Why did you change the dog at the last minute? Oh,
Yes.
still keen.
James dog last minute. Well, I just felt she was a better dog, to be honest. And the sheep were quite heavy, so I needed a bit of power, and she got that.
I mean, personally, I'm really impressed that you did that well. I know it went wrong in the middle, but that you did that well with such a new partnership, because it must take time for that partnership to work.
Bound to.
Would you want to know what your score was?
Yeah, surprised me.
61 out of 100.
Oh.
I mean, Ireland set a really high score at the beginning, but well done. Well done.
Thank you.
What did you think? It was a tough one, that one, wasn't it?
It was tough, and as we said, Gus, you know, it was just that tiny little thing that just spooks the sheep, and suddenly, bang, that's it. I mean, it was...
Yeah, they can be so easily upset. They really can. I mean, I thought he was off to a brilliant start. I thought he'd done the right choice of dog. But then
was the first
we had
break.
the breakaway, and she was determined that sheep was not going to get away, and she turned it all right, but it would have cost him a lot of points to do that. But that then upset them. Yeah.
And then, of course, there was then the second breakaway where the sheep ended up in the trees, and he managed almost to get them back through these drive gates, which was incredible in itself.
He did, considering his vision would have been upset a little bit by the trees, and it just missed the drive gate, so that was it. Both gates missed.
And it's very difficult, isn't it, to pick yourself up after something like that happens. But
Oh yeah, but what a finish.
10 out of 10 for the pen, and he slams the gate shut and says, there you go. That's what we were capable of.
That was it. It was just a disastrous drive, and that cost him.
So we've had a great start from Ireland. Wales went a little bit woody, but not too bad. With is the drive.
Yeah.
You know, it all started to go a bit wrong, but then he pulled them back, didn't he?
Yeah, he did well there. Yeah, he really turned back on him, and he was struggling with him, but you know he got it, and we managed to get the drive. Yeah.
I think you lost a little bit of points at the end on the pen.
Yeah.
A few points lost there because you did look like you were using the gate a bit. Were you getting a bit frustrated?
Still in the sheep, weren't they? I was thinking,
You just
get
said,
these sheep.
get in there, come on. What do you think your score was?
Oh, no idea.
Well, I can tell you it was 60.
Okay.
60 out of 100. Now, obviously, it started off with Ireland with 86 and Sean, so that was...
It was a good one, though,
It
wasn't
was
it?
a very good run, very tough score to beat, but well done to you. And I think everyone's doing very well with quite tricky sheep.
Well, yes, indeed. As Stephen said there, stubborn. And that sums them up beautifully, because they have been tinkers, but I mean, he did incredibly well to keep them calm and to try and, you know, well, there was a lot of good recoveries, to be honest with you, wasn't there, Gus?
Yeah, there certainly was. I mean, coming up the fetch there, he managed to get them through the gates. He just tried the dog, but the dog bossed them nicely, and through the gates they came.
And again, a wonderful recovery on the first set of drive gates.
But yeah, they went to the right and they went to the left, and the dog worked well, and he got them through with quite a good turn, but then they started to bolt across the course then. So he was in trouble.
Yeah, and really the story has been these second drive gates. I mean, proving a very, very difficult obstacle.
Yes, I'm having to take the blame for this. It can't be all Stephen's fault.
And to be honest, I mean, you can't blame Stephen for just having a little nudge there, can you, at the end?
Well,
Bit of dissuasion.
Oh dear, oh dear.
So Ireland's in the lead with 86. Can our last competitor beat that? Well, representing Scotland, 20.
That's all
No,
right, isn't it?
4 points. And then as she did, the lift was brilliant, and the fetch, she was coming down in such a great line. And then you took your time with the shedding.
Yeah.
But yeah, stropping you or what?
I know. The way it was, wasn't it?
I mean, as a handler, what do you think when you get one of those views? Just do that stare. You watch, you think, oh, please don't go for the dog. And then it goes, Your heart must just sink.
It does, yeah.
Well, what do you think your score was? You
I'm
had
not sure.
86 is what you were trying to beat. You actually weren't very far behind.
Oh,
78.
oh well.
Something to be proud of though.
Yeah.
And
I'm proud of this.
yeah, you did really, really well. Well done, Chris, and well done, Meg. We had 2 brilliant rounds, haven't we, guys?
Incredible, absolutely incredible, and it did come all the way down to the penny. And Chris, quite rightly, should be very proud of himself. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been as easy that they've gone in as they stayed out. Once these sheep have gone and they've challenged the dog, he really tried hard.
I mean, the outrun it was a great start, and the only dog to go out on the outside of the trees.
Yeah, it was a brilliant start, a really good wide outrun.
I mean, you know, we said at the beginning it would be lovely if you just got a nice bunch, but this, she was a, I mean, we talked a little about her being stroppy, but I mean, she's a real tinker, straight up there. Not
Yes.
shy at all.
And it was interesting the way he got out of it. He was wanting that she wouldn't go and grab the sheep, but he got the movement there, and away they went then through to the gates.
Well, there's the shot of the second drive gates. I think he would have known as well, wouldn't he, at the time, how close he was to Sean all the way around.
Yes, he did a great job on the drive itself. Then the shed, that was good. She started to turn onto the others and then came back. And she held both those sheep apart.
And this is the tricky thing, isn't it, with the pen indeed, because, you know, if you were working, you'd give them a little nudge with your crook, or you'd do something like that, you know, but you can't do that, obviously, on the trial field.
And that's the difference between practical shepherding and the trial. It can't grip, and so, unfortunately, it cost him the winning run. It really did.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so difficult. I mean, sure, to go out there, it's very hard, isn't it, when you're chasing. It's a lot easier to go and set the mark, as opposed to be, you know, chasing the mark. So for Sean, going first, I mean, would you say that he had a little bit of an advantage?
Well, maybe, but it was just a shame. It was lost at the 10.
But a very, very, very good young handler's round, right across the board.
Well, thanks very much. Let's take a look at the young handlers' scoreboard. It's all been very close, particularly between 3rd and 4th place. Wales and England just 1 point between them. And the really exciting one was between Ireland and Scotland. Again, very close between 2nd and 1st, but Ireland came out on top with 86 points. So well done to Sean Corrigan.
It was an nail-biter, wasn't it?
It was.
The sheep traveller. It's funny seeing all of the older competitors down there going, how on earth are we going to follow that? That's going to be very difficult indeed. But no, it was a great competition.
And it's great to have the 1st and the 4th be so close, because it does make it quite nail-biting.
I know, yeah, exactly, for everyone else.
Congratulations to all our young handlers and their dogs. They've left us on the edge of our seats and given us a fantastic competition.
Thank you very much for watching One Man's Dog Expert. We hope that you've enjoyed it as much as we have. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.